Yeah. I mean, seriously, that was his one mode right there. That's fire going on. And the dude said, man, that's fire. We can't jump through that fucking pussy, motherfucker! If you're gonna miss Corey Goodwin, well, he's still on the Artist of the Month shirt right there that you can get for the rest of the month of June, along with other things such as shirts, jerseys, beanies, phone covers, backpacks, and we have the gift of choice. Park West is where we're going to be, and doors will be opening there at 7 p.m. Show starting at 8. We're going to be going all night with live comedy, games, music, prizes, and big-ass party at the end of the night, and who knows what else. Become a subscriber. As I say, you can do that many ways to keep these shows going. I would encourage you to use your Amazon account, using our Amazon Pay button, put in the username, password, press send. Ooh, toast to goodness. All over your body. A lot of people were upset, man, about that Superfly. People said, we just got through seeing ourselves as kings and queens and royalty and panthers and all kind of stuff. And now you
back to pimps.
Now back to pimps, pushes, and hoes. And y'all going back to the source. Y'all going back to not only bringing them back, but bringing that old school pimp and player shit back. They going back to Superfly. Sony don't give a fuck. Sony said, you know what? Sony really don't give a fuck, man. That was like a big fuck you to Disney. Now, like, okay, Disney, you built these Negroes up. We're gonna bring them back down again.
Remind them who they are.
Well, yeah, remind y'all where you came from, uppity ass Negroes. Yeah, so we got a remake of the 1972 Superfly, which is straight up pimp, pushes, and hoes. Except this time we're getting a modern twist on it, and people saying, man, you don't understand, no, Corey, the struggle, just because that Panther out there don't mean that the struggle don't still continue. It's still brothers out there in those streets trying to get their hustle on and ain't got no other choice but this lifestyle right here. Just because Black Panther came out don't mean that shit just got erased.
Exactly.
Exactly. They say there's a social message to be had right here in this film, and we need to listen. Let's go ahead and see if that message came through. This is the trailer for Superfly.
Gave people jobs when there were no jobs. I swapped cash for crypto and redefined the hustle.
What?
What's wrong, Martin?
What's wrong? There's an issue?
Apparently there is. He's looking, man, we got confused. What's going on? Speak your mind. No, speak your mind, brother. We can probably help you out. Yeah, we don't want you to go through the rest of this trailer confused and perplexed. What's up?
Okay, this whole thing with him swapping cash for crypto. Is it not absurd? Am I wrong? Am I in the bizarro world?
Okay.
Not really.
Martin, you know what? I tell you, let us get through the rest of this trailer, and we might be able to help you with that.
Okay, all right.
See how he gets cash from Krypton.
And being pushed down.
This new crew, they have cartel connections. And they're coming after everything we have and everyone we love.
What's the play here?
The producer of The Matrix.
Yeah.
No, because right before that, I was like, man, he knows kung fu and he's dodging bullets. Okay, okay. Producer of The Matrix, I get it.
We were gonna
Superfly, man. Super's in the title.
Yeah, they built the super up a lot more. The only thing he can't do is fly. Because there's
you didn't stay for the stinger. No,
okay.
I'm joking. I'm out.
That motherfucker, he does fly to Krypton. With this right here, it does get to a point where, all right, it is kind of almost like a comic book movie in a way, because he takes kung fu. He's able to like do karate in the middle of the street. And Martin, yes, he does dodge bullets. I mean, in slow motion.
It happens in slow motion. It's like, well,
I mean, he got Keanu Reeves trench coat and everything. You know, we have Trevor Jackson as Superfly in the movie. Paris. And in the movie, Priest in the movie. There ain't no long game in this right now. You know, you either gonna die or go to jail. And he says, you know something, I gotta find a way to get out of this. Of course, the steps that he'll take to do that are the steps that are gonna put him in more danger and actually complicate his life and everybody else's a lot more. It's not too different from the first Superfly, which is kind of a challenge already, because it's the same thing. Ron O'Neal was the original Superfly, right. And now that's the thing about it. You know, Superfly is considered a masterpiece of blaxploitation. It's a black hero getting the American dream at a time when the American dream wasn't meant for black people. And as typical of blaxploitation, also had action, kung fu, and also had a lot of finance women and style.
When it comes to women, they come to him.
Whoop. That was my favorite part of when he made. You remember we saw this at the theater?
Yeah.
And we're like, God damn, was that a CG effect?
I know.
He's super hood, super high, super dude, super fly.
I like the way he put in there. He's super high.
Like, all right.
Oh, fuck it, I need something to rhyme with. As they say that with this movie, they're like, man, we're gonna go harder with this. You know, it's gonna be a lot slicker. Gonna probably be a lot more violent. But still, Trevor Jackson, you know, he's not really a pimp in this movie.
Yeah, he's just a dealer.
He's just a dealer. He got pimp skills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, he's dating 2 chicks. They're in the same house and everybody's cool.
Coming home, they're in the same bed. Just like, all right, I guess I'll go ahead and go to sleep.
Yeah, it's not even a big thing for him anymore. He's like, damn, you know, I'm thinking about getting rid of one off. You know, I'm kind of tired of having 2. Can't take a shower without both of them coming in, having sex.
That was a great scene.
It wasn't bad. But, you know, in the original, Ron O'Neal was a pimp. And he was such, I mean, he was like one of the best pimps ever in blaxploitation because he tells somebody straight up, look, man, either you can go out on the corner or your wife can go out there. I'm going to get my money tonight one way or another.
Now, somebody's going to work tonight, Freddie. You really shouldn't have fucked with my money, Freddie.
Get your money, man.
I don't know him.
I don't know what you was thinking.
That dude's probably ready to fuck his wife. He like, shit, I got my money ready. I like the way, brother, don't look at me. No, there's some great moments of trash talking in this. And, you know, there are things that I like here. You got some good actors in here. Michael K. Williams.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah, no, he's great in the movie. And I will tell you who I really enjoyed: Trevor Jackson as what's his name?
Priest.
Priest. This guy is 21 years old, and
wow.
Now you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was convinced that he was a lot older. He's a kid, but for that role, he had so much. You know, supposed to be smarter than everybody else. It really doesn't come across that way. He's you know, the guy. He's in the movie, and even as an actor, he seems wise beyond his years, man. I mean, he played that role with a lot of charisma, but also with a lot of maturity and a lot of intelligence. That hair sometimes got in the way. That goddamn turban he had on his head.
That was hilarious. There'd be like moments where he would get like roughed up and his hair just be a mess, and he's trying to like say some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I can get you to. I'm good. I'm like, man, fix that first.
Yeah, that shit like a potted plant sometimes or a claw. You know,
It's like getting chewed out by the roadrunner.
Yeah. He actually. I mean, for somebody that young, which is really shocking. I wasn't aware that he was 21. But yeah, he did a great job with this role. I loved that his ability and the way he played this was, I'm calm and collected, but if I need to fuck somebody up, I will. And it really wasn't that hard to believe that this guy has been in power for a while, and he came up from, you know, a certain way, and he's been keeping the same motif, and that's why he's so low key. So that was one of the things that I thought I really admired about not only him but also this movie.
For being you know, a modern version of an old blaxploitation movie, they did try to bump up the style a little bit more, because the old version was about style. This knows that it needs to be about style. I like the clothes that Priest was wearing. You know, the clubs are those are, you know, the clubs that you always look for but never find. You know, those clubs with like all the fancy lights everywhere, naked women walking around everywhere.
You need to go to Atlanta, man.
Is that where I need to go?
I was watching. I was like, yeah, I've been there. That's
oh,
nice.
okay, all right. Atlanta's like another planet.
It's kind of like that.
And there are points where you can either look at it as, all right, you know, this is an exaggeration of the lifestyle that we see, you know, a lot of wannabe hip hop artists loving, or you can just, or you can look at it and be like, okay, that's kind of absurd within itself. You know, they got this rival gang in there called the Snow Patrol.
The Snow Patrol. And they dress in all white.
Is that why they have those futuristic G.I. Joe guns?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. The shit gets crazy because they got guns that are from the future to fit their theme.
And they got like these future white guns. They have this huge white mansion, like this compound, and then they all drive like white Lamborghinis, white Range Rovers. Like, y'all are just blatantly saying, "Catch me, police, please."
Yeah. They threaten the mortician. They say, "We'll kill you if you can't make this casket all white
with gold trim.
If you can't bury him in cocaine, we got a problem." Okay, and plus the snow patrol, which that name just makes me laugh anyway. But they hire dudes to just stand on the balcony of the club and just keep raining money. Yeah. That's their job. Man.
There's an issue with this movie that I had, and it just happened all throughout it. Like, we're seeing money be thrown around like it's nothing, like it's just fake, which it is in the movie. But they keep complaining, "Man, I don't have enough money. I want to come up." It's like, stop wasting it at the club.
I don't have enough money. Yeah, that's because it's all over the fucking floor over there.
Yeah,
the janitor just cleaning up money. In the movie, he's really good. He's very intimidating because he's very angry, but he's one of those things. It's one of those characters where they just make him angry because they just need somebody to start shit.
Sure.
We need a villain in the movie.
His
we need somebody.
JoJo.
Yeah, we need somebody to be the catalyst of all the actions that happen. And this guy, he doesn't. And his friend comes up to him and is like, "Man, we ain't got no beef with Priest. What's your problem?" Like, "Man, I'm hungry and I want to eat what he got." And you're like, "Why?"
Yeah, like what? And he's like, "Yo, there's all these women around here. You got a car, you got money in your pocket. What's the issue?" He's like, "I don't like him coming in here thinking he hot shit." And I'm like, what did he do to you?
Nothing. That's what he said. "Man, he got 2 bitches."
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? And his funny thing is, he's throwing away money as he says that. "Man, we need to stop throwing away money, man, and get what that motherfucker got." He just starts shit for nothing, and it seems phony. Like Priest comes out the club and he's like not bothering anybody. And this is the scene that you see right there. He's just looking at me like, "You skinny jean wearing motherfucker." And even Priest is confused, like, "I don't even know if that's meant for me," because that just came out of nowhere. He just keeps walking.
Is that a compliment? All right.
Yeah, it's good actor, good intimidating character, but just a character that's not, just phony.
The character was rough and very phony, and I don't know about his acting. I mean, like he did okay with what he had, but like it was some rough parts. It's like, brother, come on, man. I don't understand him. What? I hate him. The fucking perm, slick hair, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, that was his one mode right there. There's fire going on, and the dude said, "Man, that's fire. We can't jump through that fucking pussy, motherfucker."
He goes face first through fire. It's like, I gotta get this guy.
So that's why I found him intimidating, because he's flame retarded. Say what you will about the original Superfly, but Superfly was a product of its time, and it had a message. Look, these were pimps, these were pushers, these were not exact role models, but it was talking, except when he jumps over a fence like that.
They're not superheroes. Yeah. All right, he might be.
Well, I think he inspired Carl Lewis, but them shoes, man.
That's what I'm saying. And those high-heeled Chelsea boots.
Yeah, man. But it did send a message of, all right, something. These are not role models, but these are people that they were seen as heroes because they were fighting the system. They were fighting the man that didn't want them. Back at that time, that period, we were talking about an era of disenfranchisement for black people even more than now.
Sure.
And so this was responding to that. And this movie doesn't have that same message. This movie is already losing in come the first moment it walks through the door, because there's so many things like the message of Superfly, and also Superfly, when it came out, it brought an instant classic soundtrack with it.
Yeah.
The soundtrack alone, if you can't touch that, you probably don't need to try to remake this. Curtis Mayfield was responsible for the Superfly soundtrack, which still endures today.
Ain't I clean, bad machine, super cool, super mean. I'm your pusher man.
That's me.
Hi guys. Come on, man. Like, it's not a lot of people you compare to Curtis Mayfield nowadays. So, like, you knew that wasn't gonna be touched.
Yeah. No, but they played it in the movie.
Twice.
Yeah, twice in the movie. And
they played Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
So my problem with it is that first off, if you can't touch the original, and you can't even have a social the message behind it, the social message behind it, then you ended up with a pretty much just a standard gangster movie, and a lot of times I don't even think that good. This is as a gangster film, there are moments where it delivers. You got the charismatic gangster that you like a lot. I like this the actor playing Superfly in this movie, Trevor Jackson, a lot. There are moments where you are seduced by the style and the lavish lifestyle that these people are living, but also there are moments here where we've seen this story before done better within its own within its own movie. Talking about the first, and also there are moments where this movie seems like it was shot with an iPhone.
Yeah, there are a couple of moments like, what's going on with this frame rate? Why did that change? What's going on with the sound here?
Yeah,
there were a lot of moments in this movie where the ADR was just atrocious.
Oh, really?
Like it feels like like when most people shoot movies, they'll shoot like a club scene and they won't play any music in the club and you just hear them talking. But in this one, I think director X, who did this movie, just was playing actual music and having people dancing to it and say, "We'll just fix it in post."
Yeah,
and you can tell.
You could definitely tell. And the guy's name is director X right there. There he is trying to find the rest of his name.
Notable for such great videos as the Thong Song remix.
Yes.
And my Deuce. And then also actually a video that I really love and a song I really love, Sean Paul's Get Busy. So it's like,
I did not know that.
Yeah,
but,
he's done a Hotline Bling as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did that? No, you know what? That I did when this was coming out. I did read about that. But man, this guy has moments where he has a good, whoever cinematographer is between him and the cinematographer, they capture what they want to capture with the lives that these guys live. These zoom, these panning, sweeping camera shots going over clubs and these locations and mansions and there's chase scenes which at one time seemed really good, and then all of a sudden it switches. And it seems like somebody's filming that shit like a selfie or something.
Yeah, as I was watching, I was like, was this like a stylistic choice to where they're like, oh, somebody's like in the park filming it, and they did it? Like, no, that was just in the movie, and somebody fucked up.
Yeah.
That's one of the sadder things about it, man. And I'm sorry to go back a little bit.
No, go ahead.
But one of the things I did like in here compared to the old Superfly, like that one was just like, all right, I just got to get this money and jet. But this one, like, it was having like a whole kind of cool code thing where it was saying like, yo, if you're going to do this, like, be smart about it. Don't go around buying $600,000 watches. Don't go around doing all this extra stuff. And like, I feel like that's something that, I'm not saying it's a good thing for, people who are hustling.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what people need to hear is like, you don't need to go out and do all this flashy stuff. If you about your money, make your money and shut up.
It's taking things that we've seen from the gangster genre and just being serviceable with them. It's not really giving us anything new, which I don't think it's trying to do.
Right.
I mean, it's a remake, so
is it a heist film also?
No.
Okay.
It's all about like, I'm just trying to get this so I can get out. Okay. And then there's no heist. Like that's one of the things he does. He's on the up, mostly on the up and up with everybody. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he shoots anybody in this movie.
He doesn't want to be a killer.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a killer. Like anytime something happens, he's like, all right, let's put up the dukes.
And a lot of things that they're doing here are in the original Superfly. I got to get out before I have to kill somebody.
Right.
Or somebody kills me. I want to make the biggest score so that I can leave the game and live a legit life. All that stuff is done now. I will tell you the thing that they did expand it on with this is that they do realize we're in an age where we have the cartel, and if you're dealing with Kane, you got to deal with the cartel. So they do try to like take it a little further. Superfly is just straight up in the hood.
Yeah.
Here they do a little hopping over to Mexico. They deal with the cartel here. And the guy
and Esai Morales pops up as a gangster.
That's all I know.
He's always playing gangsters and crooked businessmen.
He's playing the same dude that he plays
in Ozark.
Yeah. Esai Morales. Y'all know him from La Bamba. Or you know him from Ozark. You've seen him somewhere before. Good in the movie. I feel bad for the brother because all he's doing is playing drug cartel
the checks
leaders
cash
now.
the same, man.
Yeah. What's that?
Them checks still cash the
they
same.
do. I'm still reeling off of Black Panther, man. I just saw so many families that were crying after Black Panther who were, older people who were saying like, I've been waiting for something like this for so long to be passed down to future generations where we do need to be seen as anything else but these damaging images. Look, that had a time and a place, and it said something to people, and it said something about society. We are moving up now, and future generations need to see more positive images. It really does feel like this movie is a step back. And the other thing that I have to say when I say I've seen this before, you know, I lived through the 90s. I lived through the gangster era, the black gangster era, you know, when Boys in the Hood came out and then it started to influence things like Menace to Society and everything else that kind of followed. Juice and all, you know, all these things. Man, I've lived through this period and that got old after a certain point. One thing I have to agree with Spike Lee on, because I think Spike Lee can get a little preachy and, you know, kind of pull a Cosby on people sometimes. But, you know, he did say, God damn, man, you know, this is getting to a point where this is not our complete reality, and Hollywood keeps putting it out there because they think it is. But it's just not my thing right now. I'm more on the positive image of things, and I don't need to see negative stereotypes. I don't need to see people calling each other niggas and killing each other and pimping hoes out and women treated like shit. And I just that's a step back for me. And I don't need that shit right now. I'm not gonna say it's. I'm not. What's up?
No, I'm saying with this, I don't remember any moment where there was like women being treated as poorly as they were in the original Superfly. Like, because every woman in here was like, he would sit, like, listen to him, and he was like, yo, here's money, you got to go help this person go do this. Like, no woman in here was getting pimped. So I don't know where you saw that.
There was, you know, they had the Snow Patrol, and they had, and you know, pimp. When I say pimping, I'm talking about dudes who in the club got topless women all around them. You know, a lot of the
strip club, man. Them girls getting paid.
Yeah, but you know,
like that's the business of the thing. Like, nothing in here was, to me. It seemed obviously these are detrimental images if you go into it with the mindset of looking at it like, I want to see black faces and doing great things, but I feel like not every movie should have to be that way. Some people actually have to live this, and a lot of people live this, and there are lessons in here for those people who don't want to hear, you know, some Black Panther stuff. He's like, wow, that's amazing, but that's in some faraway land of Wakanda. I'm out here having to deal with this real hustle stuff, and if I do have to go out there and hustle, like, he's actually dropping jewels here. Yo, be quiet. Don't go out here and cause a mess. Be happy with what you got. Treat women right. And I feel like he was Priest was doing that well. And then, like, even with the Snow Patrol, their leader, played by Big Bank Black, he wasn't even like going out there and doing like any vile shit. Like, they were all just cocaine pushers, and you didn't see any women getting treated poorly and anything like that.
I saw this as a glorification of that life, man. I don't see this as a message movie. I'm not telling people to go see it. It's just, you know, this is not real life. No, you know, this is something where it's like, hey, you know, it's might as well be a rap video. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, look at all this money, look at all these coats, look at all this.
I understand that, but I feel like if you want to separate us from being able to have these kind of movies, that's not that. I don't think that's right, because, like, I mean, if, you know, white people do this, Latin American people do this, Asian people, they all have.
But it's more detrimental for us to have those images on us.
Movies.
That's why we are shot by cops, because they see us all as drug dealers. They see us all as gang members. You know, image is everything. And I'm not saying, look, again, it'd be different if I told people boycott this movie. I'm not telling people boycott it. I'm just saying it's not for me. So if you feel like I do, then this might not be your thing.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you also have to come to the point where you're actually saying, like, what happens in the film, though, because there were no women being treated poorly in here. Like,
maybe not poorly, but they were all, you know, it's a world where women are there to serve dudes. And I'm not even going on some feminist thing right here.
But no, I mean, like, yo, his one girl, the two girls he had, I'm assuming she's a Latino one, she was in there. She worked in the strip club, but she was there as an informant, like, yo, I need you to get stuff on all these guys. And his other girl was an art curator, and she had her own museum and everything. And they actually had a lengthy scene where, you know, the mayor's here, go do this in her when she was selling art. And they're like, yo, like, this is a way, you know, you can get on that up and up side. This what's his name, Priest, was investing in things like cryptocurrency and investing in things like art galleries and trying to get on the up and up. So it's like, yo, there are messages here if you want to look for them.
If it was a better gangster movie, maybe I'd be more enthusiastic about it. But it's a lame gangster movie at that. It starts out strong, and the further it gets, shit gets ridiculous.
It does get ridiculous.
Get right down that car chase, you know?
That car chase is hilarious.
I mean, I laughed at that. You know,
we laughed out loud.
No, I did too. I was in the theater with 5 people, like,
I feel that it started off really slow, and once it finally got up to the part where we got into the car chase and all the action was going on, it's like, all right, now you're getting into the final act and, you know, the big ending of Scarface and things like that. So yeah, it was like, all right, I see what you were going for, but the earlier stuff, that's where I saw a lot of the technical issues, like the ADR and some of the poor acting choices. And there's a moment where they shoot up a barbershop here, and like you can tell it's just terrible CGI. Not one of those I feel like it stands out as an amazing gangster film. And don't go in here for, you know, that strong black message that you're looking for. But yeah, I feel like they Director X and everybody in here accomplished what they wanted to do.
No, it'd be silly of me to say that I expect every movie to be Black Panther when it comes out. Don't get that message mixed up. Don't even sit up here and try to put that on me. There should be no more black gangster movies. I'm just saying right now, there's a few people who I've seen feel this way about the movie. They're just like, it's just something I don't want to see, you know, at this moment. It's just kind of too soon. I'm really amped up about seeing. I think there just needs to be more. There's just not a balance of good positive images out there. And this movie seems to be the thing. Like I said, when I lived through, this is what they would put out there because it would make money, but it wouldn't be anything that I thought was a really good thing in the end. Like I said, it's a mediocre gangster movie. That's it's like I don't hate it. I would give it a rental. You know, like I said, if it gave me more, I'd probably be more enthusiastic about it. But it's just not there for me.
There are negative aspects of this. Obviously, it's a black dude selling coke and crack and shit. I feel like women were actually a strong catalyst in here. If you want to go in here and just, like you said, it is not one of these gangster films that you have to go out and see immediately. But yeah, it's just a standard gangster film. I can't wait to see it in a barbershop.
Which you will.
Yeah, it's gonna be there next week. But yeah, there are some. The biggest problem with me in this, for me in this movie, was a lot of the technical aspects. But I'm coming to the same spot you are. It is a rental. This isn't something you got to go run out and see, or even if you're like just trying to get out of the sun during the summer. It's like just wait when this comes out the Redbox or whatever and rent it, watch it, and you be like, I had a good time.
That's what I was saying. It's a serviceable gangster movie. It's got moments. It looks like it's on TV when you see it on the screen. So you might as well wait for it to be on TV. Man, I'm saying that shit. It turned to video. I don't know how you did that on the big screen like that. That shit turned into a television screen.
The tracking line.
Yeah. What's going on?